it's Carolyn, the Contest Queen, and I'm here in my garage. Why am I in my garage? Because we live in a very small house, and I don't have a library yet, and already all my books are packed away, waiting for the day I have a library. And so everything I brought back from Helene's is pretty much got to live in the garage. So I thought I would unbox it here and repack it into from boxes I got at the liquor store because they're easy to lift and ship and put in a car for when I packed it up in Texas and brought it home. But since I now I don't have to lug it around anywhere, I thought I would put it in to some blue bins and some other bins I have back there if I run out with what I've got around me. And I have about 6 or 7 boxes on either side. And I don't know if you can see it, but right behind me, I'm lagging a little bit. I am out in the garage. Now, we do have boosters out here, but if I lag a little, I'm really sorry. But we do have, that is a copy of Helene's painting. So she had the original Messenger painting that was on her cover of the original printing of In Contact with Other Realms. I said to Dyke, where's the painting? And he said, it's huge. He says, you think I would have seen it around here somewhere? He said, how big is it? He goes, like 6 feet. I'm like, oh my gosh, this thing's huge. Where did this painting go? And he said, I don't know. If I ever find it, I'll let you know. One day he messages me and says, I found it. I said, where? He goes, she painted over it. But then I guess she felt terrible for painting it over. So I'm trying to look at the script so I can point at it. Anyway. This is a much smaller version and it's not finished. So I'll do another video where I go in and I get close up to it and I'll post pictures maybe on my Instagram. Because it'll be easier to show some detail. Maybe I'll do like they call them slideshows where you just go through all the pictures. And you'll see that it's not quite finished. Now you don't see 100% of the picture in her book because the cover title is over it. And I asked Dyke if there was any pictures of it, and he could never find any photographs like what they took to use on the cover. So unfortunately that's gone. But she called this the Messenger, and I guess this is Messenger 2.0. And that's what she had. Now I did unpack a couple of the little boxes because I have done, if you've been watching me on TikTok, you've seen some of my videos. And I have been showing some things like I found a few of her crystals. So I was lucky enough to bring them back. I have this split geode that I keep that one in my office. This one I keep by my bed because look at this crystal. Holy cow. It is gorgeous and it's very heavy. So I have that by my bed because I also have a big piece of smoky, actually it's about this big, of rose quartz. So I've always kept that by my bed. So now it has a sister, and this is called Snowflake. This is untumbled snowflake, and it's just beautiful. And it's got a little bit of brown on the bottom. It's not 100% flat, walls a little bit. And then I found this stunning crystal. Look at this with all these, there's some inclusions in there. And it looks like there was some crystals. I don't know if she had broken them off but you see how, I don't know if, can you see how there's one sticking out there on the side? It looks like one snapped off. This is stunning. I love this crystal. So I just leave it on its side in my office. Good juju. Then she traveled all over the world. She spent a lot of time in Peru. I'm going to guess This one is from Peru. How cute is this little thing, right? Now I asked Dyke the two things that she, well, let me go with this. And she never mentioned going to China, but I used to have a little statue that I had won from a contest that looked similar. It was supposed to be a replica of a statue in a movie. It was supposed to be like a copy of a prop. And I loved it, but I left it in the divorce. Like we were splitting everything up. And so he ended up with it. And I saw this and it reminded me of it. So I brought it home and he just makes me happy. And then I found a little brass Buddha. She had this little brass Buddha. How cute is he? I want to get some brasso though in his little creases. He's got a little, he's turning a little green, but oh my God, laughing Buddha. So much fun, so much fun. So that's what I've already unpacked. And the piece de resistance that I'm going to show you already, because it's at the top. My girlfriend gave me a cushion because we lost there was no stand for it. But this is the crystal ball she talks about. This is Helene's crystal ball. I have not mastered it. I have spent a couple of times meditating with it. I have not seen anything with it yet. But I know at some point in time I will. So this I love, love, love. I'm gonna put it over here. This garage is so dusty, so I'm trying to keep everything clean. Oops, yeah, maybe not move the camera. Maybe that's a good idea. And yeah, I'm gonna put it back on the box because I don't want this to roll anywhere. It's too precious to lose, break, crack. It already has a couple of chips in it, but that's how it was. I also found some really fun, a couple of really cool albums that James Allen, I think he's, he talks about as a man thinketh. So before they had tapes, they had records. So I'm like, maybe we'll do a listening party or something. I have to find out if that's allowed. And then I can do like a listening party for some of her stuff. But we're just going to dive into some of the boxes. I did find some of her original books that she had printed. So those are going to be, I'm going to give those away as prizes. I'm going to update the thing for tonight. So what I did was, there was a couple of things I was looking for while I was going through the library. So if you've seen it on YouTube or TikTok, I posted a video. I did one of those speed up videos where I showed me going through the library. And I could not bring everything home. It was just impossible. And then some of the stuff is out of date and some of it's not, teachers learn one upon another. Now there is classic stuff that's always going to be read and loved. And then there's some stuff that's, kind of evolved over time. And so I was making the distinctions of one, can I bring it home? Like, do I have enough space? I mean, I only had my car. So I only had so much room and weight to bring back because books are not light. And I had to think, as I looked at each piece, can I use this to maintain Helene's legacy? That was my goal when I went down to Texas, was to bring back things. So the two things I was looking for were books that she had mentioned in the back of her, like in her books, she talks about various books that she read or appreciated or loved. So I was looking for any of her copies of those. So I found some, not all, unfortunately. And the other thing I was looking for was books that she hadn't talked about, but I thought would be of interest to help move her legacy forward. Anything that I can learn from to maintain that path. So we'll just start at the top. And there was no specific way I pack stuff. It's like, does it fit in the box? Yes. In it went. So that's how I packed the box. And then there was books that she had read, like the Seth books, which I had never read the Seth books. But hang on, I'm going to turn this around here. The Seth books. I'm also live on TikTok. No, I don't want to flip my camera. I want to mirror my video. There, the Seth books. I have never read the Seth books. And so now I have a chance to read them. And not only do I get a chance to read them, I get to read Clean's copies. And one of the things I did was I looked for autographs. Some of them are not, but I did find a couple of autographs. So I will be showing you what I find. So I'm going to put those away. Some I have no idea. I had to do more research and I didn't have enough time to do research. So any book, like this was the Book of Knowledge, The Keys of Enoch. Something rattled in my brain and said, this is important. I have no idea. Like, look at this picture. It was from 1977. I love this. This is so cool. And so I took it. I have no idea if this is important, but just when something, I was on a very limited time frame. So I thought, you know what, worst case scenario, I can always do something with it later. Now, some books she had not talked about, but she was friends with, like, for example, this one is by Paul Twitchell. She was friends with Paul Twitchell and talks about him in her books. And then once in a while, look at this. I just found this in this book. I didn't even know it was there. What is this? Oh, there you go. Maybe this was an event you went to. It says The Wonderful World of Herbs, an invitation to learn about the secrets of good health and abundant energy, nature's herbal remedies and iridology. It was at the Holiday Inn South in Irving. There was a phone number. It was November 13th from 10 to 4. There was a special guest speaker, Dr. Jim Jenkins. There was a manager's breakfast. Lunch was $5.95. That included baked chicken, salad, wheat rolls, green beans, real mashed potatoes, I guess opposed to powdered ones, fruit cups, herbal punch, and teas. The seminars include herbal combinations with experiences, herbs always work, herbal home remedies, healing crisis versus cleansing crisis, and using iridology. Pre-registration's $8, or at the door, it's $10. The deadline is November 12th. I have no year on this. That is awesome. I love the little, I never pulled that out. But this was from when the seventh printing was 1981. So that's kind of fun. I'm going to tuck it back in the book to keep that. Now, this one I had to get because it just, I don't have any idea if this works, but the title of the book just, Zoltar, like that reminded me of the Tom Hanks movie Big. Remember the machine with the, and look at the picture on the back. I just love this. Zoltar's How to Win at Any Kind of Speculation Using the Sciences of Astrology and Numerology, Stocks, Cards, Dice, and Races. And then, oh my God, I love this stuff. I should just scan this and make a blog post of these things. Zoltar's World's Most Popular Astrologer offers these books for $1. Simple Lessons in Astrology, Fortune Telling Class, How to Tell Fortunes, Lucky Dream Book, Your Psychic Powers, and How to Burn Candles for Every Purpose. I love this stuff. How cute is that? So that is really, I gotta check that one out. And then this one, I think this was the one that she really talked about, because she talks about Echinarch in her second book, In Contact with Other Realms. And there's something tucked in here. It is nothing. They're 3x5s with one that says Ascensiism and the other one says, oh, it's got somebody's email address on it. I should email them, see if it still works. And sadly, this one isn't signed either by Paul. There's nothing else in here. And I'll put that there. I'm trying to group the books. Now, I have not read any of Edgar Casey's works, and this is the Edgar Casey readings reveal that the cycle of reincarnation can be broken. So I saw Edgar Casey's name, so I just took this book. So that's the interesting thing. I don't know what some of these are about, so it's going to be fun discovering these over time. And this one's on astrology, and it's called Money Signs. So how this book can benefit you. In non-technical terms, it shows you how powerful your subconscious and conscious money motivations, based upon thousands of years of research in one of the world's most tested science arts, and how you can make them work for you. Plus, so there's like 17 different things on the back. I'm not going to read them all to you, but it's a cosmic guide to personal riches. Let me just see the, oh, he's from Dallas, Texas. Dollars and Common Sense. It's about time and very important. Understand your money attitudes, uncover your inner wealth, things like that. So, oh, and he also has a recommended reading in the back. That's interesting. Oh, and it's got astrology. Oh, this is interesting. My money signs. Okay, so, oh, it's sell yourself better. Oh, so it's literally your signs. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, I love astrology. If you follow me for any amount of time, you know that I work with Robert Ohotto, who is an astrologer, but he takes a whole different twist on it. Oh, keys to your, oh, it looks like this part is part of a book. Oh, and she made some notes on the back. What does it say? Oh, Magic of Believing. I have that book. Actually, I have it on Kindle. It says 5 air, earth, water. And, oh, her handwriting is terrible. She might have been a doctor in a previous life. So let's see what else we got in this box. I have like 6 or 7 boxes. We could be here a while. Oh, how to attract money. Hello. We all want that. This is by Robert Griswold. I might have to just start. Oh, Denise Lynn is a Hay House author, but this is one of her first books. This one is from 96. You can tell, like, if you follow her on, actually, she just did a really great interview with Michael Sandler on Inspire Nation on YouTube. Go check it out. And so how to interpret the coincidences and symbols in your life. And then, oh, I had to get this one because she calls it wish. This is power through witchcraft. But on TikTok, there's been a girl that's been singing this amazing song, and she says she's a witch. The song, you'll probably find it trending somewhere, but witch stands for woman in total control of herself. And I'm like, wow, I love that. And so I guess if you Google it, you'll find her. And okay, there's another little note in here. This is a receipt from Jack's Auto Supply. And the phone numbers only have 7 digits. Or, sorry, 5 digits. So I don't know what she bought, but it looks like it was $5.47. Oh, all returns and goods and refunds must be accompanied by this ticket. It's really faded. So I have no idea what she bought, but it's kind of funny that she used, oh, this was bookmarked here. I wonder if this is just as far as she got in the book. Well, I'll leave that there like that. And then I got a couple more. Oh, this looked familiar because Jonathan Livingston Seagull was a famous book. So this is called Illusions of a Reluctant Messiah. Now, there's lots of little things in here. So this one says, I don't know if she'd given it to somebody and somebody gave it back, but it says you can read this in a 2-hour sitting, but I feel sure you want to reread some aspects of it, Helene. And then the other person wrote, loved it. Oh yeah, so I guess she loaned it to somebody and they sent it back. Loved it. It was better than the Jonathan Siegel book. Thanks a lot for your kindness. Oh my God, how cool is that? And this is her mailing address. Here is the address of the house she won in Texas. So this was when she was living in that big house. Yeah, there's no other little notes or anything in this one, but it's a little bit battered. It's seen a lot of love for sure. And then 3 magic words. This reminded me of Joe Vitale's work. And so I took it because I thought for sure. Bonnie says, how fun. So I'm streaming live in 2 places. How fun. I love dead people stuff. Where are you at? Well, I'm in the garage sorting it out because my house is very small and I don't have a library in my house yet. One day I will have a library. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I will. And so I'm sorting it from the boxes that I got at the liquor store into, because they're cardboard. So I put in, I'm putting them in these Rubbermaid containers so nothing will get damaged because they're plastic. And then they're also easier to stack and put on the shelf. And Helene lived in Alvarado, Texas. I'm in Canada. So I drove a long way to get the stuff, but it was worth it. Oh, okay. So this is another 3 magic words. Is that the same? Oh yeah, this is another copy of a similar book. So wait a minute. This year, this was published. This was 2008. This one is 1954. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it's completely updated. But I love the genie. It says The Secret Power of the Pyramids. Oh, he wrote several books. The Secret Power of the Pyramids, Secrets of Secrets, The Magic in Your Mind, The Greatest Power in the Universe, and Success Cybernetics. And this is 3 magic. This is a book about the greatest idea in the world. A splendid secret revealed in just 3 words. An idea so simple, so startling, so wonderful that it can start you on an adventure that will bring you everything you wanted. If you read this remarkable book through and do what it tells you to do, you cannot fail to accomplish what it promises. Now, there's no notes in this one, but I wonder what the 3 words are. But the contents include the lock, illusion, mind, form, intuition, faith, attraction, love, success, health, immortality, and the key. Okay, I'm totally reading this. That's going to be interesting. Of course, Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. I love it. I have a copy, but I took her copy because it just felt like. And then she had it in this paper with a Pegasus on it. And it's not signed by Eckhart Tolle. You never know though with Helene. She knew so many people. Like if you've read any of her books, oh yeah, Another Seth Speaks. So I took that one too. Doesn't have any treasures or notes in it. Some of the stuff is really old. Like this one had a few spiders on it. Unfortunately, her house had been shut for 12 years, so there's a bit of dust in some places. Yeah, there's a note back here. What is this one? A more significant date for me to celebrate is the time we met in August of 1966. Helene Hadsell. Who did she meet? That's a mystery right there. And this looked interesting. H.P. Blavatsky and the Secret Doctrine, commentaries on her contributions to the world of thought. And I know Helene loved that kind of stuff, so I took that one. And then she clearly also believed in other worldlies, because this says we are the Arcturians, a true experience. So that one's interesting right there. Oh, there's this piece of paper here. Oh my gosh, this is a memo from Helene Hadsell. Contest information, the National Sweepstakes Contest Guide. Tapes used to, oh, what is this from? Okay, I'm gonna have to figure it out. Oh, strangely enough, another copy of 3 Magic Words. Okay, I'm gonna have to, so she's selling her books, The Name It and Claim It Game, one by Pat. Oh, she's selling The Animal in Us, A Lot of Truth About You in This Gem of Fun and Games. I think I have some of those in here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to copy this and put it on. Order one or the entire trip set. See, I never found any of those tapes. So I'm gonna put that aside. We're almost finished one whole book. One whole box, I mean. One World by Tal Brook. This is about quantum, my leap into cosmic consciousness. This reminded me very much of Dr. Joe Vitale, not Dr. Joe Vitale, Joe Dispenza. No, Helene, some people are asking questions, so I'm answering some of the questions as I can see them, because I am fairly far away from my computer. So I'm sitting far enough back so that I can fit into the screen. Now, her family didn't have an estate sale. This was given to me as part of my purchasing the rights to her books. And so the business materials and her library were included. Well, I could have taken her whole library, but there was no point in that. And but basically anything to further her legacy was what I brought. Let's see. Let me see if there's so let's just see. Are there any questions over here? Oh, yeah. Some people have some of these books and have read some of these books. So automatic writing caught my eye because Michael Sandler just did a book called Automatic Writing Experience. I hope I got the name of the book right. But he teaches it, and I thought, oh. But the other thing that caught my eye was the foreword was by Eileen Garrett. So if you read Helene's book, How She Met Miss Garrett, I thought, okay, so there's a reason she got that book, because she had met Mrs. And of course, the I Ching's very famous, but I have never. There's so many books. I've been doing audiobooks lately just because I don't have any time. And with the audiobooks, I can listen as I drive or take a walk. I'm just opening some more boxes. I didn't think to pre-cut the tape. The nice thing about being in the garage, I have all the tools. Now, the other thing I have, and I have a whole box of these, are Tenny the Youngins. Do you know what these are? These are 3 1/4-inch floppy disks, and I have a lot of them. So this is from A Man Called Friday, because this is Friday, and it says 138 pages, best. So I'm guessing this was the final copy. And then she has more good ideas. And then, so I think there's a lot of material here, but I need to now go buy an external 3 1/4-inch floppy drive and sit and literally go through, like I filled the box. Oh, I stuck something in here. Okay. Well, oh, I put in some packing so these things wouldn't fly. There was a couple of CDs too, with possible, she did monorize at some point, but there's like literally I filled an entire box. And then I found this, which I thought was hilarious. If you read one of her books, she talks about a golden safety pin, And then I found this golden safety pin, and I think somebody gave this to her as a joke based on that story. I'm like, that's just too funny. I have to take that. So, yeah, so that's all that's in that box. That one I'm going to take into my office because I don't know when I'm going to have the time to go through the probably like 200 discs and 50 CDs I brought back. But we'll see. Now, it's going to be interesting because Dyke told me that Helene was not techie at all. Like the most untechie person you ever want to meet. And she was also not entrepreneurial. So I find it really interesting that she asked me to take over her legacy because there's qualities she has that I don't have. Like, I am not psychic or intuitive in the same way she was. But I have an extreme business sense, and I'm very techie. Oh. Now this one, the magic of chantomatics. I mean, magic money chants that will put you knee deep in cash. Chant your way to a constant flow of money. A chant, not a chart, will lead you to treasure. I mean, and look at the picture of the author. How could you not pick up this book? Okay, we're going to put a crystal ball in with the CDs. So that's it down. Okay, let's go look at another box. Yeah. Okay, so now I have a lot of little books. Oh, this was Eileen Garrett, so I had to take that one. And then they actually, what I found interesting was they promoted the Edgar Cayce books on the back. But look at this cover. I mean, how crazy is this cover? And then these just looked really interesting. These are from, this was called Lobstang Rampa, Wisdoms of the Ancients. I'm like, okay. She loved all this weird woo stuff. I'm totally going to take these books. And then, of course, the Prophet by Khalil Gibran, famous book. Robert Ohotto quoted this in several of his programs when he did some teachings, and I'm like, okay, I have to read this. Again, another Seth Speaks, another little copy of it. We had some. Okay, now I did find, so there are some originals. I found some originals of Confessions and A Man Called Friday, so I'll be giving those away. So I tucked them in here. I thought I had, okay, so yeah, none of these, let's see, do I have, yeah. And then there's some that are black and white. Why some are black and white and some are printed with color, I have no idea. And then, yeah, none of these are signed. Oh, well, but that's okay. You guys can enjoy them anyway. I'll give some of those away. I'll keep those aside. Because, yeah, that's what I'm going to be giving away on her. I'm not going to give away my reprints. I'm going to give away her original. Oh, I love this book. Tag Powell. Like, first of all, the name. Money and You. How You Can Become Rich by Changing Your Thoughts. 10 Action Lessons in the Art of Growing Rich. And what I think is funny is she had a lot of books on this. Look at this. The Ziagra, the fortune teller. Just crazy. Well, like, I also find it interesting. Okay, now this is Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of the Plus Factor. Now, what's really interesting is if you read Confessions of an 83-Year-Old Sage, in that book, Norman Vincent Peale told Dr. Joseph Murphy to go visit Helene to talk to her. What? Who is she hanging around with? Oh, and she talks about this. Stop procrastinating. Just do it. Oh, and this is another Chiron. This is a Chiron book. And there's a little note in here. It says, life is a... Oh my goodness, the handwriting. of memories that I review daily. Oh, life is a series of memories that I review daily. Oh my goodness, the handwriting. Oh my goodness. Was its arms, I have no idea what it says. I'm gonna have to figure that out. There's another one in here. Oh no, it's a little funny out of Reader's Digest. That's hilarious. No, there's no other little notes, but yeah, I'll see if I can decipher handwriting. Okay, so this is another Chiron book. I think there's people that channel Chiron right now. Now this was a mystery novel, and I thought, okay, if you've been following me for any length of time, I won a trip this year, and we were able to pick wherever we wanted to go. We picked Mexico. And so I thought, okay, this is fun. This is a mystery novel. I love mystery novels. And I thought, okay, I'm going to read a Helene pick mystery novel on my vacation. And it's great. This is a perfect beach book, right? Like, it's all sand in it. Nobody cares. This one's by Zoltar again. This is the Encyclopedia of Ancient and Forbidden Knowledge. There's a little, let's see, what are these? Are they just bookmarks? Yeah, these are from the Century Bookstore in the Woodland West Shopping Center in Arlington, Texas. There you go. And yeah, I found a couple of them by that author. This is another mystery. This is called The Work of Angels, the one that says the eye is divine. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun. I'll have to. Okay, so Dr. Joseph Murphy, his books are what I was looking for too. And unfortunately, this one isn't signed by him either. I was hoping I would find some signatures by some of these people that she was friends with, but alas, I did not. So this is The Amazing Laws of the Cosmic Mind Power. Another one of the Rampa books. So I found a series of those. I'm going to have to start grouping these. This is another Seth book. And I don't know, I actually saw Marianne Williams speak at a Hay House event years ago, so I took her book. This is famous, The Greatest Miracle of the World. I hadn't read that. She had a lot of these books by Lobsang Rampa, so I thought there's a reason she had the entire series, so I took them all. This is The Way of the Shaman, which I believe a lot of people have read. I haven't read it either. She also bought this at this is interesting. The bookmark says, The Constellation, the Metropack, is the largest New Age and metaphysical book, music, gifts, video, crystals, astrology charts, cards, and classes. Store hours are Monday to Saturday, 10 to 6, Sunday, 12 to 5, in Dallas, Texas. There you go. How to make, oh my gosh, maybe we should do this as an activity. How to make and use a magic mirror. That's probably just asking for trouble. Carl Jung, famous. Robert Ohotto talks about him all the time. Oh, and another one of the mystery novels. There was like a series of them. So I, of course, had to take them. And I found one more copy of her original, The Name It and Claim It game. The front is worse than mine. I think this was like a misprint or something because they marked the front and the middle. So I guess, so it wouldn't be resold. Right? Like it's marked up with X's. And in the back too, like some, So, but I took it anyway because I didn't care that it had some damage. Oh, this is this is the same as the record that I found, As a Man Thinketh, by James Allen. Yeah, I had some bigger books in here. This is a big one by Carl Jung, A Man and His Symbols. So that's a big thing. Then she had something called The Crystal Tower. This was like a Surlocked book. And Oh, I thought this was fantastic. I love baking and cooking. So I found her old Pillsbury cookbook. So I'm like, okay, I have to take her Pillsbury cookbook, right? Like, this is so fun. Like, it's so old. Look at that. These look delicious. So let me see the year this one is. I looked at some of this stuff and checked the years before I took it all, but it's been like 2 months. I don't remember. No, I can't find the date on this one. This says, no, I don't see a year. With lots of tips. No year, but this is fantastic. Oh, wait, I just opened it up. What is this? This is a random piece of paper. It's not an article. This is nothing. This is very strange. I'm going to keep it in there though. Yeah, no rule, but look, delicious. Okay, so I will be baking and put that with my cookbooks. And how can I not take this book? The Wheel of Fortune, which never fails to answer questions. And so it's got like this step inside, and there's the wheel on the back. So maybe like a Ouija board kind of thing. Okay, that's the end of that box. Oh, wait, something fell out inside. A random strip of paper. Okay, how strange. Put that one aside. Okay, let's do this one. This one's heavy. I even had to put cardboard in there to make sure that I didn't cut any of the books because this one was packed out. Now, this is the World's Fair house. Now, what's crazy is this was the magazine featuring all the Formica options in the homes. So there were several homes built for the World's Fair in 1963 because she won it in 65, and apparently the contest ran for 2 years. So these were the modern Formica homes that were in these. And like, oh my gosh, look at this. Right? They're featuring all the different colors and things. And just like I love it. So I'll be doing something with that. Okay. We have Dynamic Thinking by Melvin Powers. That's cool. Okay, so I did pack away one of her books. So that was Original Contact in Other Realms. You can see how it matches the painting behind me, right? And then I didn't find her card deck because Dyke thinks she left it in Peru. But I got her. Okay. Oh, A Tiger's Fang by Paul Twitchell. But I did find a Major Arcana deck, which I thought was in this box. At least here it is. So I did find a Major Arcana deck. So but these are huge. Like, so her tarot cards are gone, but I have the Arcana set. It's just the Arcana. It's not the whole tarot deck. Then I found a little wee Echinarch book. A couple of copies of The Tiger's Fang. There's another one by Paul Twitchell. So she put her own little library thing in it. So I guess if she lent them out, people would know that they were hers. I can't remember. The other one wasn't signed either. It does say in it, a gift, please circulate to interested parties at NUC. But I have no idea who wrote that because there's no. And then this is from the Friendly Bookstore in Cleburne, Texas. And now I love the book, The Luck Factor by Dr. Richard Wiseman, but this was this book by the same name by Max Gunter. So I want to check this one out because I recommend the other one all the time. And then, of course, the famous Silva mind control method, sadly not signed by Jose. And another one by Jose, also not signed. Let me just double check this because I'm pretty sure I checked all of these in Texas because I was like, please be signed. I did find one signed by him though somewhere. Oh, no, this one. Oh, I must have missed this. To Pat and Helene, may your futures from now on be better. Oh, because he always said in every day and every way I'm getting better and better. To Pat and Helene, may your futures from now on be better and better. Jose Silva, 2/12/90. Oh my God, this is so cool. Yeah, this is a trade. And there's an article in here. What did she stuff in here? Oh, it's from a magazine. Like, oh my God, it's literally falling apart in my hand. It's something from Soap Opera Digest stuffed in this page. Wow, that's cool. That's treasure for sure. Another book on Edgar Cayce on Atlantis. Alan Watts is very famous. I don't know if any of you studied his stuff. Psychotherapy in East-West. I've listened to some of his stuff on YouTube. Some people have posted some of his thing. And then again, another As a Man Thinketh. I wonder if she met. Somebody gave her a gift. I hope you will enjoy this little book as much as I have. Love, Barbara. So people gave her gifts. How sweet. Another As a Man Thinketh. There's got to be something to this. To Helene, you proved to all the world you are as you thinketh. Love, James Allen. Or was that Tag Powell? Is that a T and a P? Wait, where? Is that a T and a P or a J and an A? Because this says it's revised and updated by Dr. Tag Powell. Well, isn't that just cool? I guess I better read this one too. Of course, everybody's always wanting to know how to win the lottery. The Whole World Lottery Guide, which is really funny because in her book, The Name It and Claim It Game, she's like, I have no idea how to win the lottery. This is Bringers of the Dawn, Teachers of the Pleiadians. So she was clearly interested in all kinds of other realms. And this is another book by Alan Watts, Joyous Cosmology. So clearly I missed some of the signatures the first time around when I was doing it. This is another book by Joseph Murphy, How to Use Your Healing Power. So look at, this is his list book of lists. Yeah, someone says, I have my Mom's Old Pillsbury cookbook too. Yeah, I just love that stuff. She feels kind of like my grandmother. Oh, this is the one. I have a hunch. This is the one I did notice, the autobiography of Jose Silva. And I know he did sign this to them. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, may God... oh, it's hard to read. Oh, there was another one. I thought it was another page. I can't. May God guide you to become attached to the correct concepts of these experiences so that you may also help to make this place a better world to live in. Yours, in the service of humanity, Jose Silva. Yeah, his handwriting is also hard to read. All cursive. Okay, we have, Brad Steiger, The Worlds from Source, Metaphysical Anthology Readings from the Lewis Foundation. You know, and it's so crazy, I hardly have any time to read. I've been trying to bring my Kindle out and put it by my bed because I like the Kindle because I have it backlit. So then I don't even have to have any lights on. I can read in the dark. Now, some of these were out of print. Now, she talked about these ones in her book, and I couldn't find them. This is Psychic Discoveries Behind the Iron Curtain. And there's a bookmark in here. What did she use this time? Oh, this is a family circle lasagna recipe and taco pan pizza. How funny is that, right? Yeah, and she writes her name. This is when she puts her address in the front. I think it's funny because if you read her first book, she had her home address in there. And this is another, The Silva Method of Mind Mastery. So Tag, I believe, was with Judith Powell. I guess that's Tag's wife. To Helene, may you have many more memories to come. Love and energy, Jude. Oh, I guess she went by Jude. 1988. So Jude signed this one for her. Okay, this was by Eileen Garrett. There's Eileen. So she talks about how she went and met Eileen. I wonder if this one's signed. Nope. Let me see the other one. And strangely enough, she has two copies that say Many Voices. This one's way thicker. I have no idea why. Isn't that like strange? I wonder if it's a bigger font. Nope, not really. So I'll have to find out why. The same book is two. This is another Edgar Casey book and has Eileen Garrett in it. So I took this one, The Psychic Perspective. And then she had a couple of books on runes, which I thought was interesting. And then she talks about this book in her book, You Are Not the Target. One of the first things you will discover on reading this book is that you can help, that it can help preserve your sanity. I mean, literally, perhaps even your life. Foreword by Artie Shaw, and there's Laura Huxley right there. She offers practical wisdom on how a human being in a chaotic world can avoid stress, anxiety, competition, and the uncertainty of times without going to pieces mentally or physically. Well, that would be important nowadays, especially. This was from 94, and there is a little bit of a bookmark there. I think this is a shopping list because it says bridge mix, fig bars, mangoes, and bread. I love it. I'm keeping that in there. This I just thought was interesting, so I wasn't sure about it. Sometimes this is New Teachings. I think it's a religious book, but in the front it said, to my dear friends, Pat and Helene, who are accompanying me on this journey of life, may this book bring you plenty of pleasure, and may there not be too much syrup. Yours in love and peace. And I cannot read the signature, so I don't know who gave it to them, but it was clearly a loved book, so I brought it. Again, another Silva method. So anything about Jose Silva, any of that stuff I brought. Oh, this is another, this is The Mystery of the Keys by Jose Silva, which I had not heard of this one. This one he also signed. To Pat and Helene, thank you for something mind control and everything to be, oh my gosh, the handwriting is so hard to read. And everything to the, for you had something better and better. Oh, yeah, getting better. Maybe that's, I don't know what that word is. And this one's from 83. So this is going to be very interesting to read. And then I found, yeah, so sometimes if I found doubles, I took the doubles because you never know. And then Breaking Through Creativity, this was Kurgula Skafka Kurgula. So I thought I'd take that. Right, there she is on the back. Got to redo these books, they're very. And then what was this one? This was when, oh yeah, this is, she bought this used because this is a 1948 copy of The Magic of Believing, but this was Buford Boom's copy. So Cover's gone on that one. We have Auras by Edgar Casey. This is like a little pamphlet, and she made a bunch of notes on the back. It looks like it says box number. It's like she was making notes, like she forgot it was a book. Oh, and this she wrote about in one of her books. This is Beyond Biofeedback by Elmer and Alice Green. And what's crazy is when I went to visit her, what's in here? Is this a little, she ordered this online, I think. Oh, that's funny. She wasn't very techy. Yep, she ordered it online and it was shipped to her. So this is the packing slip. She had always liked keeping her hands warm on heating pads. When I visited her, she had her easy chair, like one of those big kickback lazy boy style easy chairs. And on each armrest, she had heating pads. So she would sit with her heat pads and keep her hands warm. And she did it naturally. And they talk about that in this book. And it's so funny because I love sleeping with a heat pad. I put it in. I don't actually sleep with it because it's not good to keep it on all night. But what I do is I tuck it in the bed and it's kind of like the old hot water bottles that people used to use. I turn it on, I warm up where my feet go, and then I shut it off and I get in and my feet are toasty warm. Right? Okay, let's see. We got a couple more books to go. Now, boxes rather. Now this one was mostly tapes, and some of them were just like thrown into little containers, but I still have an audio player, so I thought I would take it and see. Oh, I just threw this one in a hurry. I didn't fix any of it. But this was the, it looks like she borrowed this from the library and never returned it. I have no idea. It's an audiobook. So we also have another Zoltar. She did buy the Dream book by Zoltar. Remember the one I was reading about in the back? And then she had a Wayne Dyer. I don't think she ever met Wayne Dyer, but I love his stuff. I grew up on some of his stuff. And then this is the 4 Agreements, the famous 4 Agreements. Power of the Spoken Word. This is very important. This is almost like this one. She originally did this like 100 years ago, Florence Scovel Shinn. This is copyright 1946. But if you listen to her stuff, there's something here. What is this? Oh, this is a cute little thing. So Helene was handing out these partial $50 bills. And at the back says, be a real winner. Get the New Age book contesting, the name it and claim it game. Helene Hadsell, the person who wins every contest prize she desires. An underground bestsellers, 1 million copies sold. Order at the ABA booth 9779. So I guess it was at somewhere, an event, and they would drop these around and then people would see the back. I love it. So she has a bookmark there. And then she also talks about this book, A Treasure of El Dorado. Now she says the pictures of the messengers in the El Dorado. There was one I found. You see this one? You see that? You see how it kind of looks like it reminded her of the painting. And these two. So that's what she said. She said they remind her of that, which is why she got that book. And she does talk about that. Okay. What do I have falling in here? Oh, this is from the tape set. Yeah, so this is the tape. This belongs to the tape set. It just fell out. Okay. So, and then I got this book on natural magic. Discover the world of cosmic power in yourself. Like, how could I not take that book? That's just hilarious. Now, what's really cool is I found this she loved Dr. Joe Vitale. Loved Dr. Joe Vitale. And he was in this magazine, and he wrote about her at one point. And this is a book on numerology, but look how it's printed. It's like it's written out. and then just photocopied. But then for Dr. Joe, we have At Your Command. It's a book on Neville, and he signed it to Helene. And then he's got this hypnotic CD. Now, I took pictures of this stuff when I was down there because I had messaged him and said, hey, I'm coming to Texas. Can we hang out? And he goes, oh, we're not around Helene anymore. Like, he's hours and hours away. I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. So I'm going to be on his show at the end of July. But I did photograph all that stuff, and I put it on Instagram, and I said, Joe, look what I found. And he goes, classic. He's very cool. So this, we have another Wayne Dyer. But oh my God, look at Wayne on the back here. I can't remember what year this one is. I love some of this stuff. I never saw him. This is 1978. I never saw him speak live, but I have watched some of his video speeches, and he's really good. Now, this is a tape set called The Omega Creation by David Rell. So I have no idea what it's about. I'm going to have to go. Okay. So it's another box down. Okay, there's 2 more to go, and then we'll wrap it up. Because now I'm just kind of piling stuff in the box. I'm not actually organizing it. So I'm going to have to come back in here tomorrow and organize it. Oh, this is, now I did find these. These are called I Remembered. This is the Alvarado's Writers Guild, and there's a bunch of stories in here from all different kinds of authors. Helene is one of them. So I found a few copies of Pat's book, which I have not read, called Cry Baby Cry. It offers a new and different way of looking at yourself. There are no sacred cows to hinder the ever-broadening path of self-realization. So there's a picture of Pat on the back. And, so this is a box of those books. So I'm not going to unpack that one because that doesn't make sense too. And then, this one doesn't want, here we go. Okay. Oh yeah. See, like I said, she had a lot of these books by Love Storenka. So I'm going to read those. And we have another one on how to make a magic mirror. That just sounds like trouble to me. And then we have, I pack things so strangely. This is the autobiography of a yogi. There's a letter in the front of this. Dear Mrs. Hadsell, I just finished your Name It and Claim It game book. Okay, so someone just wrote her a fan letter. Oh, isn't that nice? That's so funny. Okay, so we have this here. And I'll just put it back in the book. But this is a very famous book. A lot of people have read. I believe that there's a garden in San Diego that you can go to. Another Eckenarch book, like not signed by Paul. Oh, this is Complete Guide to Tarot, which of course I would love to learn. So I took that book because she was a master at it. And then this is another Lobsang Rampa book. She had tons of them. I think she had every single one. This is The Power Through Witchcraft again. She liked to call it wishcraft. And it talks about the different things, right? Like Sun, Moon, Neptune, Jupiter, Pluto. She loved astrology. I love astrology too. Cows, Pigs, Wars and Riches. So this looks like it's one of America's leading anthropologists offers solutions to the perplexing questions of why people behave the way they do, which I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Behavioral. So, am I saying that correctly? Then there is a fella who redid her books in Hungarian. And so I found a couple of them. I have mailed him copies of her books. He's very ill. He's older. So here's the painting, but you can see the difference in how, right? Like this one's finished, this one's not. And then, you know, she had an updated picture on that one. She had an updated picture on this one. These are the Hungarian ones. So I kept these, but he's very nice. I've mailed him books, but he's not really doing her books anymore. But he was also, she met him because he was a Silva mind control teacher, like for the Silva method. Then I found another Edgar Cayce book. And this one is Think It Over, the writings of William Arthur Ward. And they're just like one-liners. I'm like, oh, I like this book already. So here, let's just read a couple. Church conversations, blessings, achievement. Well, there you go. 4 steps to achievement. Plan purposefully, prepare prayerfully, proceed positively, pursue persistently. The bee can never be an eagle, but it can make honey. The past can teach you, the present can test you, the future can reward you. Who he seeks greatness, let him dare. I just love one-liners like that. They're so good. Okay, what else did I squeeze in here? Okay. Nothing. Okay, yeah, nothing else. Okay, this is the last thing. Unseen Forces by Manly Hall. This was just interesting to me. And even in the little book, she had all these stamps with her name and address on them. I found this like little funky bookmark. So I put it in there. And for some reason, this one had a bobby pin on it. So I figured I'd leave it because there's a reason she bookmarked her thing with a Mystery Stories for Winning Happiness by Vernon Howell. This was $1. And it's this little wee book. Okay, and the last box. Okay, where's the, I don't have the exact, oh, these are all the tapes. This is tapes on it. I did have the sense to write things on. Okay, and I lied. There's also CDs in here. Like future events you should know today. And then, you know, this was Friday. This is her book, Working Document. So, you know, I made sure I took those because I want to make sure that what I have is the most up-to-date final edition, that kind of thing. And then she had some book tapes on, you know, some meditation, classical meditation tapes. Now, she liked these. If you read her book, The Name It and Claim It Game, in Expect It, one of the things she does is to get into the state of expecting is meditate. And she does square breathing. She didn't know what to call it. She didn't know it was called square breathing in the book. She said, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, repeat. And that is basically square breathing. She was not a fan of yoga. She could not figure out all the twisty, pretzel-y stuff at all. Like, that was not Helene. That, however, is neat. I love yoga. So that's how I knew what that was. Okay, so I got some. So yeah, so there was all kinds of now I didn't take any music tapes. I took this one says Astral Projection, an Introduction and Preparation. She apparently astral projected. So I have no idea. What else do I have in here? Oh, this is a UFO lecture that she has a recording of. See, I think she has all this stuff because now I can just go onto YouTube and look for something and it's all there. Whereas in her day, you had to have, right, more meditation CDs. Then she has lectures. This is the Celestine Prophecy, Gateways to Discovery. Marlo Morgan, the author of Mutant Message, another lecture. So all the things that we take for granted now, like you can turn on anything like YouTube, TikTok, anything, and find people talking, lecturing on all this stuff. But in her day, you had to go see something in a church or a hall. Um, in her in her book, she talks about how she went to England and she went to this place that had all these mediums, and she went and sat in on some of the sessions. She just listened. Um, just fascinating stuff, but we don't necessarily need to do that now because the technology allows us to be everywhere in the world at once if we want to. And if we're looking for something, we can find it the same. So let me go back and see if anybody has any questions. Or let's see. A book collection can tell you a lot about a person. Yes. It was really interesting to see all her books. She had books on palmistry. There was books on, those were the ones I remember most. She had like a huge stack of them. And I was nearly going to take some, and I thought, okay, first of all, I don't think that has anything to do with anything for her. And I'm limited with space, right? Like, I only have so much space in my car, and I didn't feel like shipping boxes and boxes and boxes back by UPS. As is, I have to store the stuff in the garage. I still don't have a library. I thought for sure maybe I'd win the lottery when I got back and I'd be able to buy a house with them. I thought, Helene, she's sending me to Texas to get her stuff, and then no such luck. That's so funny. But yeah, so I got all the stuff that I thought would help me forward her stuff and learn more, like read some of the same books she did. And then, I'd have that knowledge and it might help me teach her stuff better. So that's what I'm doing today. So I just wanted to show everybody some of the stuff that I found and how much fun I had in Texas. It was a dusty job because, like I said, her house had been closed for 12 years, so everything was a little bit dusty. And I missed her because I was in the same house like 12 years before, or 14 years before, rather, when I visited her, because I saw her 2 years before she passed. And so it was kind of sad to see the place empty, and she wasn't there, So anyway, but I'm glad I'm able to still teach her stuff, and people are able to enjoy her works. And so, but I got to get a move on finishing the books because I have 3 to finish this year, and none of them have been published yet. Because I end up doing things like driving to Texas to pick up some stuff. A few East Side adventures. Anyway, stay tuned because I will be publishing more of her works. And I think I found enough in some of those, I'm guessing by the little scrolls that I saw in some of those 3 1/4-inch floppy disks, that I send me some mojo that I find enough stuff to write another book. If she had enough material, then I'll put together something like, I don't know, the musings of Helene Hadsell or the unpublished works of Helene Hadsell or something. I don't know, just some working titles. It's one of those things. I'll know it when I see it. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. And next time I will be back in my office, not the garage, live streaming in this really dusty garage, because this is where clearly George works as a contractor and builds things, and I had to sweep it up before, but I'm still covered in sawdust in here. So yeah, I'd really like a library. Anyway, until next time, bye. So we're